be part of what's going on in your child's life. Do not just pay fees and disappear. Ask questions. Ask what their anti-bullying policy is. Ask. My people, let us talk truthfully, seriously. If you're a parent, grandparent, intending parent, please just find a seat and sit down before this becomes your child. Yes, the story I'm about to tell may just very well be any of our children or grandchildren. And so I want to speak to you, heart to heart, not as a social critic, not as a voice behind a microphone, but as a parent, deeply troubled by what is happening to our children in schools. Because somewhere in Nigeria today, a child is lying on a bed, staring at the ceiling, dreading tomorrow morning. That's not good for development at all. This dread is not because of exams, not because of homework, but because of school. The violence within school environment, the bullying within the place that is supposed to educate them, shape them, and protect them. But that space has instead become a place of fear. A place where they are mocked, beaten, threatened, excluded, humiliated, stripped naked. And what is even more painful is that many of these children suffer quietly. They smile at home. They say, I'm fine when you ask. They drag themselves to class. And then sometimes we force them to school. But inside something is breaking. Breaking. Our children are breaking. My question is, why this amount of violence within school environment? When did our children become such dangerous bullies? And when did pain become something that you can laugh at as a child? Over the years, Nigeria has seen cases after cases of school bullying in Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, Edo, Benue, different schools. Different children, same cruelty, same painful shame, same national outrage, same promises, and then, as always, silence again. Deafening silence until the next episode and the next child. And this is what frightens me. Not just the bullying itself, but how easily we move on. How can we as parents move on knowing that a child is unable to sleep? A child is unable to eat and a child hates to go to school. A child cannot mingle freely. How are we adults able to just move on? Then it comes to our own doorstep. Until it is our own son who no longer wants to go to school, our own daughter in another viral video, our own child whose confidence begins to disappear before our eyes. Parents, bullying is not a small matter. It's not just another joke. It's not children playing, the kind of play we call bad play. No, it is not part of growing up. I hate it when I hear adults say bullying is part of growing up. I went through it. You did not go through this kind where you were stripped naked and forced to do all kinds of things. You did not go through that. You did not go through anybody kicking you in the head or in the groins or in the stomach. You did not go through that. The worst that you ever did, perhaps, was fetch a bucket of water. It is not something a child should simply endure. We should not make our children endure this kind of pain in the name of becoming strong. There is no way you become strong like this. No! Instead, you lose your humanity. You lose trust in other human beings. You lose faith in your nation and in every environment. Bullying would wound a child, and it can wound a child in places no bandage can cover. It can damage self-worth. It can create fear, anxiety, anger, loneliness. So when you see your child shrink into himself or herself, use the phone as the only companion, speak to no one, something is going wrong. Find out from that child. That bullying can leave scars that follow a child far beyond the classroom, far beyond childhood, far beyond teenage, and even into early adults. And then later in life, you have a very violent person in a home and you expect a peaceful community. And sometimes the most dangerous part is this: adults do not see it early enough. Very sad. They do not see when their children begin to become just as dangerous as the environments that they have put them in the name of school. So today I am asking you, no, I am begging you. Okay, I'm begging you, please do not be absent from your child's emotional life. You do not want your child to commit suicide. Please do not be absent. Do not only ask how was school, ask deeper questions. Hold their hands, look in their eyes, check their uniforms, check their bodies. Ask, how did you sit in class today? Who did you sit with? Who is your schoolmate? Who is your classmate? Who is your sitting mate? Who is your reading mate? Looks like a lot of questions, but you need to ask them. Ask, is there anyone in your class who is always afraid? Are you afraid of anyone in your class? Ask the questions. Is there anyone you all avoid in class? Ask. Ask. Has anyone made you or others feel unsafe? Ask the questions. Get the names. Report it, please. Save the environment of within schools. Save schools and save our children. Ask, have you ever joined others in making fun of someone? Because your child may also be the one threatening the environment. Your child can be the risk within the school environment. So ask, is there anything happening in school that you were scared to tell me? We always say teenagers don't like to talk to adults because they find adults annoying, but you can take all of that away by holding your child and asking the questions and trying to find out if your child is the bullying or the bullied, because the children who are bullying others are children of people, and that person or people could very much be you. And when they speak, I beg you, listen. Listen attentively. When your children speak to you, don't be in a hurry, not with impatience, not with judgment, not with the kind of response that makes them regret opening up. Just listen. Listen with calm. Listen patiently. Don't judge them. Just listen. Listen with care. Listen like a parent who understands that one honest conversation can save a child from suffering in silence. And let us also be honest with ourselves. Some children are being bullied. And some children are watching bullying, saying nothing but enjoying the spectacle, finding it humorous. Those kids, they also need help. They need help, emotional help, mental health, psychological help. These children, they need help. The bullies, they need help. And the ones who are watching, they too need help. The ones who are watching helplessly but finding it funny, they need help. And some children are the ones doing it. If your child is cruel to others, do not cover it up with pride, denial, or social status. No, don't cover it up. Do not call wickedness confidence. There is nothing confident in a child being mean to another child, in a child acting like the devil himself in a class, like a child lording himself over other kids. There is nothing. The that you can consider as confidence, it is wickedness. Wickedness. Do not mistake intimidation for boldness. No, 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 no. Bold people, they don't intimidate others. They give others the freedom to air their own views. So if your child is intimidating others, that's a wickedness that needs to stop. Do not raise a child who knows how to win and dominate, but does not know how to be kind in winning. You should teach your children to be generous and humble in winning. You must teach them that. Teach them empathy at home. Teach your child that another child's pain is not entertainment. Teach them that popularity is not power. Teach them the difference between fame and notoriety, please. Teach them that strength is shown in protection, not oppression. Teach them to speak up when someone is being humiliated. And please, parents, please, I beg you, engage your schools. Be part of what's going on in your child's life. Do not just pay fees and disappear. Ask questions. Ask what their anti-bullying policy is. Ask. Ask. Ask who children can report to when there's bullying, when something is going wrong within the school environment. Ask how complaints are handled. And ask how the complaint is also handled. Ask whether the school protects victims or protects its reputation. Which is more important to the school? If the school insists on their reputation, you can take your child to another school. Schools need to protect the children within the school, protect victims. Because too many schools are more afraid of scandal than they are of injustice. And that needs to change, and change very quickly. So, my dear parents, this truth that I share with you is painful. No child should have to survive school. They should be allowed to learn there, grow there, dream there, and return home with their dignity. School is not for enduring. School is for learning. Learning and returning home, dignity intact. So let us not wait for another viral video. Let us not wait for another broken child. Let us not wait until the pain becomes personal before we decide it matters. So we start now. First thing to do, talk to your child. Watch closely. Partner with schools. Correct cruelty. Model kindness. Be the model that the child looks up to. There's too much violence going around us, and perhaps our children are beginning to pick it up and think that it is a way of life. Create homes where children learn both courage and compassion, not cruelty and wickedness. Because the child you protect today may not only be your own, and the child you ignore may one day be the wickedness that the world will experience. I say to every Nigerian parent, do not wait. See your child, hear your child, protect your child. Be involved in the fight against bullying, and start it with the school where your child is attending. My name is Hilda Dokuba, and this is the Oracle, and this Oracle will continue to speak.